Hello everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine and taking necessary precautions to fight this coronavirus disease. Okay, so I'm here to teach you the banking and finance paper of your third year become syllabus. My name is Saurabh and we'll be studying this syllabus and this course throughout this journey. Okay, so let's get started. So the first topic, so today I'll just discuss some overview of the syllabus, and from upcoming videos we'll start taking one by one topic and we'll discuss some important concept in those topics. Okay, so today we'll just discuss about the syllabus of your banking subject. So in this first topic, which is your Indian financial system, we'll be studying the financial institutions, then the markets, then financial instruments, and all those indicators of the financial development and the role of financial system in the economic development. So let's see what does actually Indian financial system means. Okay, so the Indian financial system stands for the structure of the Indian financial system. It stands for the whole uh, environment under which the Indian economy performs and under which Indian financial sector performs. Throughout this, all aspects, there becomes a Indian financial system. The Indian financial system consists of regulators, then some intermediaries. Okay, so then comes some non-intermediate institutions and the commercial banks. So regulator stands for those regulating bodies which regulates the flow of money in the financial market. Okay, so which are those regulatory institutions? They are RBI and they are SBI. Okay, so then there comes the non-intermediate institutions which stands for NBFC. Now what does NBFC means? NBFCs are the non-banking financial corporations, and then comes the intermediate institutions which are commercial banks. Okay, so what does NBFC means and what does commercial banks mean, and actually what does non-intermediaries mean and intermediary means? I can hope that regulators are mostly understood by students, that it's very easy that RBI is the apex banking institution which controls the flow of money in the banking system, which has the exclusive right of printing money and distributing it to the whole commercial banks at some certain predefined rate of interest. Okay, then SEBI is also your Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI controls the uh, flow of money in the capital market. I would say that in your stock exchanges and then some trading exchanges. Okay, so non-intermediate institutions, which are NBFCs, that non-banking financial corporations, are those, I would say that not bank, but they are much like a bank, that they will not accept money from the customers, but they are always ready to lend the money to the customers, of course, at some rate of interest. But the main difference between banks and the NBFC is that banks are largely made for accepting monies and then granting it to the other customers. But NBFCs aren't made to accept money, but they are just a lending institutions. Okay, but NBFC are very important institutions in our financial system, that the whole growth of financial system is largely dependent upon them also. Okay, then there are some intermediate institutions, that is commercial banks. Now what does mean by commercial banks and what does mean by actually intermediate institutions? See, RBI is a regulatory body, as I told you, and banks are there to facilitate their customers. But there has to have institutions which will work between these two. We call them as a intermediate institutions. See, as a customer, we cannot go to the RBI and ask for some loans. That tomorrow, if I go to the RBI, I'll ask the governor of the RBI, hey, man, I just want 10 lakh rupees of loan from you. Then he'll simply ask me, and he'll simply tell me, I'm not here to give you loans. I'm here to give loans to the bank. And you will go to the bank, and then the bank will grant your loans to you. Okay. So RBI is not there to lend me some loans. RBI is there to lend some loans to the banks. Okay. They are there to facilitate money to the bank. Simply, this means that I will go to the bank and bank will go to the RBI. So this is chain. And those institutions which will work between me and RBI are the intermediary institutions. Okay, so commercial banks are those intermediate institutions. Now, example of commercial banks simply SBI, Punjab National Bank. Oh, Punjab National Bank is quite a famous. Don't go into the controversy. Then some private banks like ICICI, HDFC, and all those fun institutions. Okay, so these all are the topic and the structure of Indian financial institution system. I hope you will understood it, and in our upcoming lectures, we will study this one by one and in a deep understanding. Okay, so your next topic is your Indian money market. Now, Indian money market is also made up of few things, which are your call money market and your the bill market, the collateral loan market, and all the treasury bill market, etc., etc. Okay, so I'll discuss it later. Then under this topic, we'll be studying then the meaning of scope, then the structure, function, institutions, which comes directly under the uh, perspective of this money market. Then the some deficiencies which are there in Indian money market, and some reforms which have been taken to restore these deficiencies. Okay, so the structure of this money market is like this, that there are three broad types of this money market. First is your call money market, second is then the bill market, and third is the collateral loan market. Okay, so the function of money market, what is the main function of money market, is the finance and investment. Okay, then these banks are all are the part of this money market. First understood, the main function of the banks is finance and investment. Same is the thing with the money market. I would say that banks are the part of this money market. So in this topic also we'll study one by one, and some deep understanding of this issue will be given to you guys. Don't worry about that. Okay. So the third topic is the Indian capital market. Okay. So what does mean? This is a very important topic. I would say that the capital markets are a very huge part of the financial system, and it consists that all your stock exchanges, then the capital inflow from the foreign institutions, then the capital investment from the government itself also, this all together makes the capital market. Then the also meaning will be understood, then the scope will be also understood, characteristics of this capital market, the participants of this capital market, that is BSE stands for Bombay Stock Exchange, NSE which stands for the National Stock Exchange, and then the OTCEI, that is the over the counter exchange of India. Okay, then primary and secondary markets, this is also very important topic, and the reforms in the capital market of India after 1991. See, reforms, I can hope that you might be aware of the reforms, that is LPG reforms, which undertook between 1991 to 1992, that India went for those LPG reform, that is liberalization, privatization, and globalization of the economy. And after those reforms, the capital market changed very drastically, and whole the scenario of the capital market was transferred into a market which is open for the whole world. Before 1991, our market were so closed that investors from outside the country were finding it very difficult for investing in our country through various trading routes. That is, this BSE and NSE are the trading routes. These are the investment windows for the foreigners and for also domestic persons also. Okay, so after 1991, we opened these all windows to all those people who uh, actually intended to invest in our economy. Okay, so this will be understood in our syllabus. I can assure you that this will be very interesting topic, and I'll teach you in a so interesting way that you will understood it. Okay, so let's see what Indian capital market is made up of. Okay, so the first, the meaning of capital market is where the potential borrowers and potential sellers are brought into contact with each other. Okay, so it's a long-term market, I would say. Likewise, money market is a very short-term market. Capital market is a long-term market. So, in a easiest way or in a easiest example to be given for this capital market is that suppose a company is coming into the India, like they want to invest some money to for just to produce some goods or services. I would say let's take example of the Samsung. Okay, they are going to invest in India for next coming to 15 to 20 years to produce their mobile phones from India, and they will invest in India, and they will produce this product, and they will sell this product actually to the rest of the world. So I would say that this is the capital investment. Okay, capital investment further generates the revenues for those companies and for those investors. Okay, so this is mean by the capital investment or the capital market. Okay, then BSE, NSE, these are the capital investment places where this investment actually happens. Like then there are some types of this foreign portfolio investment, that is FPI. Then foreign institutional investment, that is your FII. These are some broad top discrimination between these two investment. This will be also studied, don't worry. And other local exchanges and the small exchanges. See, rather than BSE and NSE, there are some other exchanges which happens to be at performing at local level, but they don't get so flashed in news headlines, as BSE and NSE are quite popular among the media houses. Okay, so these are also very interesting topics. And the fourth topic, which is your foreign exchange markets. See, foreign exchange markets are the part of the financial institution. Sorry, students will say that so the financial markets are the Indian uh, homegrown market or the local market. Now, where from you have brought this foreign exchange market into this financial markets? So I just want to clarify that, see, foreign exchange market are the part and parcel of these uh, financial markets. They considered to be the most important market, as they generate some foreign revenues for our country. Now, what is meant by this foreign exchange market? Then what is the meaning of this foreign exchange market, etc., etc., will be studied in our upcoming syllabus. Don't worry about that. So foreign exchange market is the market where Indian currency is exchanged for some foreign currency, or vice versa, that foreign currency will be exchanged for the Indian currency. Let's say India is transporting or exporting some goods, let's say agricultural goods, to some European countries. Okay, now whole foreign trade happens in the dollars. Okay, now suppose India is transferring let's say grapes. Okay, so we all are from the Nasik, and Nasik is famous for the grapes. So we just an example, we are exporting some grapes to the European countries, let's say to the Europe, and then those European countries will pay us in some dollars amount. Okay, now that dollar will be get converted into the Indian currency, which is rupee, and then that currency will be get deposited into the banks of those all exporters. But those foreign currency which those exporters bought from the Europe will be the property of the RBI, and in exchange of that foreign currency, RBI will issue some Indian currency to those people. Okay, so the foreign exchange is also very important point. Now suppose we are importing some oils from some Gulf countries. Okay, so let's say petrol, we are importing petrol from the Gulf countries. Now we don't specifically import petrol, diesel, etc. We just import crude oil, and then that crude oil get bifurcated into this petrol, diesel, etc. thing. Just for the sake of the example, we are importing petrol. Now we'll pay in some dollar amount to the those Gulf countries, that is Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, etc. Then those countries will then further exchange the dollar to their central bank, and then central bank will then hand over their local currency to those exporters, etc. Okay, so this was the good example of the how Indian foreign exchange market works. But this is not the only thing. It's so complex market, and we'll be studying it also. Okay, now what are those participant institutions of this foreign exchange market? Then first is your central bank. Now, as I told you, central banks is the regulatory institutions also, and central bank is a facilitator also. Okay. Now, then the commercial banks and customers. As I told you, as an exporter, I'll have to open my account with, let's say, to the SBI. Okay, I have to export some amount of goods to the foreign countries. Then I have to register my current account with the commercial bank. Then that commercial bank will facilitate my trade through the central bank. They'll take some money from the central bank, they'll give it to me, then I'll export those goods. Then I will get some money, that some dollars from those foreign countries in my account. Then my commercial bank, that is my SBI, will again hand over that amount to the RBI, and then RBI will hand over some local currency, that rupees, will to the SBI. Okay. Then the types of foreign exchange market, then spot market and forward market. Now, what is meant by spot market and forward market? So, suppose spot is defined by its name only, that on the spot trade. Okay. So, let's suppose I am exporting some amount of goods to the America, USA, and then I'll get my payment at the spot, on the spot. Okay, so that is your spot market. Now forward market is also very important. Let's say I have to do trade in month of January. Okay, I'll be doing that trade in month of January, but I am going with dealing, or I'm going into some contract with that dealer in month of September. That will be the forward market. Okay, so future contracts at present time are known by forward market. Okay, so this is also very interesting topic, and I hope you will enjoy this journey. In upcoming lectures, we'll go point wise, we'll go topic wise, a whole conceptual understanding will be there. Don't worry, and I'll be teaching you in a such an interesting way that you don't need to look for other resources for your study. Okay, so thank you, and again, stay safe, stay home, and take care. Okay, bye.